Hello students, as now we are proceeding with third part of third module. Okay, this is the last part of unit 3. So that is ethics. Okay, so basically in this part you will be studying more about ethics or the human values or something related to professional. Okay, everyone need to have their ethics. Okay, whether it can be work ethics, whether it can be in point of uh, personal professional way or anything as such. So in this topic we will deeply go about ethics. Okay, how a person should be, how should he react in his work atmosphere with people around. So about all that we will study here. So let us see what are the contents present in this part. Okay, I have made 2 videos. Okay, so in this first video, contents present are which are in this slide. Okay, the rest is given in the next video. So let us see. First content is about morals. Okay, second is values. What is morals and values? It is your personal growth as to how a person should be, what are his or her moral and values. About that we'll study. Ethics, let's see about, we'll also go through what are the ethics you should know. Okay, next is about integrity. Okay, trustworthiness. Next is work ethics, engineering ethics, professional ethics and professional rights. So about all this you will be studying in this content, in this video. So morals, let's see what is this term called morals. So I'll just give a general idea. So morals are nothing but this term which we come across. What means the basic human principles, okay, that everyone should have, that every citizen should have, that helps us know what right and what wrong is. Okay, so let me read out the points. First point is morals are the guiding principles that every citizen should hold. Okay, so these are the guiding principles that every citizen should have, okay, should hold. It is the foundational concepts defined at both at individual and society level, right? Whether you're an individual and also when people are around you. These are the set of morals you have. At the most basic level, morals are the knowledge of difference between right and wrong, okay? So these morals give you the difference between what right is and what wrong things are. Okay, that is the first point. Second point is moral values are relative values that protect life and are respectful of the dual life value of others. Right. So these are something that protect life. Okay. Third point is the great moral values such as truth, freedom, charity, etc. have one common thing. Okay, when they are functioning correctly, they are life protecting or life enhancing for all. Right? Truth, freedom, charity. See, all these are that comes within us. Right? It can be good or bad. So you can differentiate about your morals. Last point is moral reasons include respecting others and ourselves, right? You got to respect others and you as well. Respecting the right of others, right? Everyone has their own rights. They have their own space. So respecting that. Keeping promises, right? You promise one another and not breaking it. So that comes under this. avoiding unnecessary problems to others, right? You make sure that someone else is not uh, being affected by you. You're not troubling others. So make sure about that. And cheating them and encourage them to work. So this is that basic term called morals, okay? When morals comes to your head, when it comes to your mind, what are the things you are going to analyze and assume? It's the same thing, okay? Basic things about truth, about respecting others, about respecting others' space, keeping their promises, and making sure you're not troubling them, not cheating them, and also encourage their work, okay? So these are the uh, uh, points that comes under the term called morals, okay? So next concept is a term called ethics. Okay, let's go through what comes under ethics. Ethics is basically, if I go to see, it is a form of behavior. Okay, through the humans in different fields. So basically, this ethics uh, can be either good or it can go bad. Okay, so we need to carry the good ethics within ourselves. I'll read this slide. First point is the liberation and globalization being sweep changes in the concept of doing business. Okay, so since business is the whole term that is being used made by different sort of people, so the liberation and globalization, right, because of these changes, this advanced technology and everything, that leads to corruption, deterioration of human values, right? Because of all that, we tend to lose our values. Series of scam in business, right? You have scam process in your business, and government policies and safe society are also produced in this century, 21st century. There is a lot of loss of faith in instruments of society, okay, because of a lot of liberalization and globalization of the that has occurred today. It has led to corruption and different human values that can go down. Okay. Second point is business houses are becoming big with control of large resources, human, financial, and technical, but their surviving purposes to society are always having doubtful values. Day by day, innocent Indians are losing their faith in law, sports, and government, right? Everyone fights for their rights, everyone go through laws, courts and government, but as we know that justice is not received because of a lot of rules and maybe ups and downs about the decisions, that we get too disturbed, right? Our ethics or the good value in us tends to lose. So here third point is the actual definition of ethics. So what is it? Ethics is a set of principles or standards of human conduct that govern the behavior of individuals or organization, right? A set of principles or the behavior that an individual carry or an organization carry within themselves. So that is called as ethics. Last point is using this ethical standards, a person or a group of persons or an organization, they regulate their behavior to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. Okay, so ethics is nothing but the personal behavior individual or a group of company carry towards. Okay, so there are few definitions about the same concept, ethics. You will understand them better. I'll read it out. First point is the branch of philosophy that defines what is good for the individual and for the society, and establishes the nature of obligations or duties that people owe themselves and one another. What does it mean? Ethics is a branch of philosophy that helps you know what is good for an individual as well as for the society, about their duties and other natures that help them to do good, okay, to themselves and also to others. Second point is it involves moral principles, rules and standards of conduct, right? It has some principles, some sort of rules, okay, that everyone follows. So it has that. Third point is ethics is doing what is right to achieve what is good. Okay, this third point makes very good sense. Okay, for ethics, ethics is doing what is right in order to achieve what is good. Okay, so here are some benefits of work ethics at workplace. So what does ethics do at our workplace? First point, ethics at work brings discipline and order. You all should agree with this, right? There are some rules, some things to follow in any organization or any firm, right? So when everyone follows it, what does it do? It helps you get discipline and order there, okay? It improves and strengthens relationships among superiors and subordinates, right? You'll have a good coordination, you'll have a good relationship within the management, ordinates, your manager and everyone. Second one, it supports employee growth, right? The growth of employees is going to increase. Third one is it promotes teamwork and productivity as employees feel strong alignment between their values and those of the organization, right? A good ethics at a workplace, it helps to have a teamwork, you'll have a coordination, okay, and also helps you increase your productivity, right? Next point, ethical programs help to avoid criminal acts of omission and lower penalties, right? Any act that is in the form of criminal conduct, that will help you reduce it, because ethical programs gives you good morals, good values and good way to live a life and follow it in a positive manner. So when such programs are developed, what happens is criminal acts will reduce, okay. Next point is they promote a strong public image as employees operate integrity and self-respect, right? See, when you for example, if you go to see any firm or any college, okay, when you see people with very respect, that you feel very ethical about, like for example, if you go to see any workplace, you'll come across workplace or college. If you go to see a top college or a very good college, so when they are in the top, what happens? The principal or the dean or the head makes sure that everything is going accordingly, discipline is maintained, and in case if it is not maintained, they'll take strict actions. So that will help you have a public image, right? Strong public image. Based on that, people judge, this college is good, that company is good, this is good, that is good. So you basically can differentiate between such things, right? So having a good ethics at the workplace or around, in and around you, will help you increase your good image, okay. Last point is ethics at workplace helps employees to maintain a moral course in the workplace, okay. It is very important to have good morals and good values about everyone. So this process of ethics, okay, it helps everyone to maintain a good moral course. Next, let's go through integrity and trustworthiness. See, as you all know, integrity and trustworthiness, all these terms are very genuine to us, right? We have come across all these terms. It is very natural. It's behavior of the people, right? So let's see what is an integrity. Integrity, first point, integrity is one of the core qualities that any professional should possess. Okay, it is one important quality that any individual should have it within him or her. It also refers to honesty and open-mindedness, either with oneself or others, right? Being honest and also being open to any decision, open to understand anything. So these are the terms that form integrity. Second point is, most integrity involves discovery of truth and its communication. Okay. Third point is, integrity is one of the self-direction virtues on commitment and putting understanding to action. Okay. So it's a term defined as a direction, self-direction towards any commitment, and then making it work. Okay. So fourth point is, with the help of integrity, the virtues of self-respect and pride in the job can be made, right? Integrity. So it is deal with self-respect and also it leads to pride in the job. Okay, that is possible. That is called as integrity. So basic things. Okay, you all can write it. It's nothing. The human values, the moral, the values, ethics, integrity, trustworthiness. All these are human values related to that. Okay. So next is trustworthiness. Let's see what is in trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is a human quality and virtue, right? It's a quality of human. Trustworthiness enables others to believe in us and to rely on us without reservation or fear, right? Trustworthy, it helps others to believe in us or whatever we conduct. The following values or qualities help us develop trustworthiness. What are those values? Honesty, right? Being honest. Integrity, the one which we discussed in the previous concept. Reliability, loyalty, being loyal to people. About all that. Next point is, honesty is a value that helps us convey the truth as best as we know it. Okay, so it deals with the term called truth, being honest, being truth. Honesty helps us to avoid communication that is misleading or deceiving. Okay, so third point is, truthfulness, sincerity and candor are the three ways to build honesty. Okay, I hope you all got it. Integrity and trustworthiness. So next is work ethics. See, under ethics, there are three terms. Okay, one is work ethics, one is engineering ethics, and professional ethics. Okay, work ethics, under that anything related to work, how are you going to conduct, and what are the forms, like that. So that is work ethics. Engineering ethics is based on engineering background. Based on that, how do you work with ethics? And then third one is professional ethics. Okay, that comes with time. Over time, you learn to be professional. You work on being professional. So these are the three basic ethics. So let's see what is under work ethics now. So let me read out. First point is, work ethic is set of values based on hard work and diligence, right? So based on your hard work and diligence, these values are combined. A work ethic may include being reliable, having initiative, or pursuing new skills or maintain social skills, right? So what all they include? being reliable, having initiative, initiatively you're going to give ideas and work on that, pursuing new skills or maintain social skills, right? Working on new skills and giving ideas about your work, related to your work. So all such things. Work ethics is defined as a set of attitude concerned with the value of work which forms the motivational orientation. Okay, this is the first point. Based on the work, based on your hard work, based on it might include being reliable, working on new skills, new techniques. Okay, so all such things form work ethics. Second point is workers exhibiting a good ethic in theory should be selected for better positions, more responsibility, and ultimately promoted. Okay, promotion should be provided. So it is the similar way, right? See, when you work good, when you do your responsible things in a better way, what happens is you can get promoted based on your work, right? So this work ethics helps you go higher. Workers who fail to exhibit a good work ethic, in case if he fails to be a good worker, I mean if he doesn't follow a good ethic, he may be regarded as failing to provide fair value for the wage the employer is paying them, and should not be promoted or placed in positions of greater responsibility. Okay, so work ethics is you in case you do good in the work, you get better salary, you get promoted. In case you don't do, they are not eligible, or they are considered not fit to be taken higher responsibility, nor will they be promoted. Okay, I hope you all got this point. Work ethic is not just hard work but also a set of accompanying virtues whose crucial role in the development and sustaining of free markets. So basically, again, work ethics, it is based on the set of values based on the hard work and diligence. Okay, so a worker who follows a good ethic, he is going to be promoted higher. Who doesn't possess a good ethic, he won't be promoted. Okay, this is about work ethics. There are few more points. Let's see. The philosophy of work ethics is most popular among professional workers, including doctors, professors, engineers, and accountants, as they get positive returns out of that, and corporate governance promotes this type of work culture. Okay, so this work ethics is mostly it is able to discover with the people like doctors, professors, engineers, accountants. Okay, all such people can carry this ethics. Second point is a good work ethic creates a work culture. Okay, what is work culture? A good form of work atmosphere and good work to be carried. Okay, so good work ethics creates a work culture in the organization and increases the productivity, right? When a good ethic and a good work is carried out, productivity increases. This value helps the engineer to even put more efforts, work hard, and have a discipline and build the team in the organization. So you all got what work ethics is, how it is related. Next concept is engineering ethics. This is what if I am going to tell you about this generally, engineering ethics is similar ethics which is dealt more with engineering background or technologies. Okay, so I'll read the points. It's simple and easy. The term, first point is, the term professional ethics is interchangeable with engineering ethics. Okay, so the term ethics from professional, it is completely different from engineering ethics. So engineering ethics, it deals with the moral issues and decisions confronting individual or organization engaged with engineering, right? Engineering deals with the issues, moral issues and decision, which is more into engineering. Second point is the questions about the moral ideas, character, policies, and relationships of the people and cooperation involved in technological activities. Okay, so the questions morely based on moral ideas, character, policies, and interrelationship between the people and the organization involved in technological activities. Technology, what comes under engineering activities. Okay, third point is engineering ethics is the activity and discipline aimed at understanding the moral values that may be used to guide engineering practice, resolving moral issues in engineering, and justifying moral judgments concerning engineering. So everything what comes under engineering, all such moral values and principles, that's under this concept. So here is a question: why study engineering ethics? So engineering ethics is not only teaching moral behavior, not just moral science, not just moral behavior of anything, but also increasing the ability of the engineers, like their potential and other professionals, to face boldly with the moral problems arising from the technology, right? To face any sort of problem that comes, uh, the engineering ethics, it helps you to resolve it. Okay, so the last form of ethic is professional ethics. Okay, so this ethics, it cannot be gained in the start. Okay, the one who possesses this sort of ethics should be a professional. And how do you be a professional? Over time, over practice. Okay, so anyone with a lot of experience and lot of time utilized in his profession, he can be named as a professional, or the ethics can be named as professional ethics. So let me read this out. First point is professional ethics is a set of standards adopted by professionals as they see themselves acting as professionals, right? A set of standards that's adopted by the professional people. So second point is, it's not what you do, it's how you do, right? Any kind of work, whatever the work is, okay, it's how we are going to work on it. Okay, there are different sort of methods and different ideas, but whatever the concept is, it is how you are going to adapt. Okay, so it's not what you do, it's how you do. Third point is the professional ethics is necessary to reveal, sustain, and enhance certain basic human values. Okay, again these come across human values. Fourth point is these values are, what are these human values? Kindness, being kind to people. Okay, care and compassion. Okay, trust and reliability, truthfulness and honesty, justice and fairness. See, all these human values might look easy, but it is not easy at all when you have to keep doing it with everyone and every time. These values are very very difficult to do. So this professional ethical people, they carry these values always, not just one day they'll be like this, another day they'll be something else. No, that won't work. Every time these are the ones who possess all these values like kindness, care and compassion, trust and reliability, being truth, honest, and then giving justice and fairness. Okay, so these are the moral values that is accepted by professional ethics. So, and next point is professional ethics is a codified formal system or set of rules which are adopted by a group of people, right? It is a formal system or a set of rules and regulations that can be adopted by group of people. Last point is it encompasses how professionals So here are some professional rights. Okay, first point is the right to engage in the activities of the professional societies, right? To engage in the any activity about professionals, okay, professional societies. Second point is the right to form and express one's professional judgment freely, right? If you have anything to talk upon, if you want to put a point, that you should have a right to talk, okay, the professional should have the right to put their ideas in the front. Third point is the right to protect the client and the public from dangers that might arise from one's work, right? If there is anything, for example, this issue within everyone that is happening because of corona, right? The professionals, they should have the right to protect now, for example, our principal or our firm, our college, okay, since we are all one, the principal is going to take an action about the betterment of people or safety about people, that is us, okay, from anything that can be dangerous. So they have the right to take actions or right to talk about it. Fourth point is the right to professional recognition of one's services, right? The right to have a professional recognition of the work about one's services, they should get such rights. Last right is the right to refuse to carry out illegal and unethical activity, right? If there is something unethical happening, if something bad is happening, illegal happening within the firm, the professional should have the right to stop it. So these are few professional rights, okay. So the remaining concept I will cover it in the next video. So this is one part of part 3 in third module. So a little more concept which I'll cover in the next video. Then we will finish 3 modules, okay.